Hey everybody, welcome to Back Issue Some Sound.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
So we covered Marvel's Contagion event, which came out last year. I'm doing this thing where I'm like, hey, let's do some newer stuff. But also let's do some stuff that like no one will watch and no one's read. You know, like Marvel Contagion. That was fun, but I remember a lot of people being like, you did Contagion, you didn't do the comic book event that everyone knows about a deadly virus that features the most prominent superhero of all time. Like, you didn't do Batman Contagion? I'm doing Batman Contagion. Not because everybody told me to, because it was on the list and I thought it'd be funny to do Marvel first.
Right.
This is Batman Contagion. It was a event, so to speak, but it wasn't like the way that we do events now, where it's like, oh, you have a big story that uses everybody? Well, take that story and remove it from that title. Now we're going to give it its own title.
Right. Now we're going to give everyone the own thing.
Yeah, which alarmingly enough, they didn't do with Marvel Contagion. It wasn't like Iron Fist Contagion, Daredevil Contagion, Spider-Man. Like, they coulda, and they probably shoulda, but they didn't. It's like they had integrity. But oh, this like flimsy-ass Marvel story. This, none. But it was pre that, so instead it's a story arc that takes place across all the Bat titles. And
4 of them at the time?
So
it's like the Reign of the Superman.
Okay.
It's like Reign of the Superman, yeah.
I just can't remember how many like Batman.
Shadow of the Bat, Batman, Detective Comics. There was also a Robin book. There's a Catwoman book. Showcase sometimes used Batman. Legend of the Dark Knight. So there's a lot of titles.
Okay.
But they use them all. Nightwing, another one. So there's at least 8 titles that are used in Batman Contagion to tell a story that probably could have been done and wrapped up in about 3 issues. That being said, some amount of restraint happened in this because it didn't go out of control. And as we were remarking before we watched this particular volume must have been one of the first printings and collections of Batman Contagion because it's the worst looking one.
Yeah.
And it just looks like a mess of design.
Yep.
Like
we got 3 different fonts.
We got 3 different fonts. We've got 2, 3, 4 different logos on here.
Just slapped on top of each other.
Just right one on top of the other. Nothing tells you what this is except for the Biohazard logo, which of course, when this took place in like the 2000s, was big at the time.
Oh yeah.
Because, you know, like
scary looking logo.
Counterculturally speaking, the scary logo of the time that you had like a decal of was the nuclear logo. But then we got to go into the Biohazard.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, Outbreak came out probably.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Before that, certainly.
Yeah.
But I remember at least 4 different nerds that I grew up with had a Biohazard sticker on their PC tower.
Somewhere.
Yep.
So you'd
have it on
your
not.
PC.
Your
Biohazard?
You'd have it on a skateboard, on a shirt.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
A patch on your backpack.
Not to nitpick,
Oh, right. Not on this show.
but there are only 2 fonts.
Yeah, because
The
There Is
Batman
No
and the There
Cure
Is No
is a
Cure
little
is the
is a smaller version.
They're the same font?
It is?
Well, it's a typeface font. One has more artifacting on it than the other.
Well,
so
no, you're right. I think they are identical because if I look real close, I can see all the little bumps and crap that are on the top one.
I didn't see the bumps from a distance. I
no,
thought it was
well,
just a plain,
that's the thing is that like
plain font.
you never would because this thing ain't flying off the shelf.
But also, why do you need a tagline for the cover?
I know.
If there is no cure, then the book is over.
Well, you know, it's
yeah.
like there is no cure. Well, there was no cure when this
When
started.
it started.
Yeah.
of course,
Yeah.
that's every Contagion.
Well, naturally. But
I
later
do like
on,
the Batman symbol.
this is the Batman Shadow of the Bat logo. This is what they had underneath the title of the book on every Shadow of the Bat book that came out at that time.
That's not bad. I like that design.
I do like that design. I don't think it works anywhere else outside of on the cover of that particular title, but it is a neat idea. Like, hey, whoa, cool.
What if they put like a little gas mask on the bat?
See,
face?
I would have been like, that's at least clever or fun.
Yeah.
You're poking fun at things.
Yeah. Later on, they'll do another collection of this and subsequent other printings of it, which has the customized art of Kelly Jones. And that, I think, also sucks. Like, there's no good way to sell this event. And I should know because I've been doing a lot of research on it, trying to find some cool cover to put back here. And it's like, there's not a lot. But there's one where it's Batman, and he's like, oh! And behind him is the Angel of Death.
Whoa.
And it's like, but what the fuck? That's him all the time.
Well,
How about just a picture of Batman throwing up? There you go.
He never gets the disease.
Well,
but
you never get that in this book, but you can just put that up and it's symbolic.
The
of what's
closest
going
thing I
on.
can find is there's a picture of Batman looking like Batman, and behind him are a bunch of hazmat people. That's it.
Yeah, how about a mask? Just
The gas mask. How about just
but yeah.
just Batman's face with a gas mask on it? That's all you need, and they didn't do it ever.
Well, is it bat-themed gas mask? Does it have the branding on it?
No. I would go like no. That's the thing is that it disrupts the norm. So it should be regular Batman, but like it's all bat themed. But like the gas mask is like he got it in a hurry. The subtext is there for your interpretable cover.
Even Batman has to be worried about this
Exactly.
Alfred, I need you to make me a mask.
We have a few of those, I guess, in the event of a Contagion. Well, here it is. So Batman Contagion is written by a number of Batman writers at the time because, of course, Chuck Dixon was working on one of the titles, or multiple titles. Alan Grant was there, Denny O'Neil as well. Just a bunch of different writers and artists.
Dr. Alan Grant?
No, the comic book writer Alan Grant, unfortunately. So there's no dinosaurs in this. But
Damn it.
So it's great because it opens up and Batman is watching a video.
Catwoman is a white.
Yeah.
That's her snowsuit. Catwoman gets a really cool, rad redesign, which is literally the same exact design, but with white in it instead.
Do they call her the Snowcat?
No, they don't call her anything except Catwoman. Catwoman's role in the story is bizarre, and she only needs to be incognito in the snow in one sequence, but she never changes it.
It's enough to sell an action figure, though.
That's true.
Damn it!
Arctic
Catwoman.
Battle Catwoman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So the story opens and we're watching a dude who I thought when I first read it back in the day was Harold. Because Batman has a hunchbacked dwarfish dude living and working in the cave named Harold.
What?
Yeah, we've
How
talked
am I
about
just
Harold
hearing about
before.
this now?
You are not, but like it's
Yeah,
so.
didn't he work on the suits or something?
Yeah, he helped like work on the Batmobile and the suits, and he did like upgrades, and he did like computer stuff.
But this is not him.
But this is not him.
This is another hunchback.
This is a different hunchback. This guy has the disease.
Oh.
That it will be the pandemic.
Did it give
in
him
this
the
book.
hunch, or did he already have a hunch?
Gave him a hunch, yeah.
Oh,
the thing is that this disease, it's not unlike Ebola, and it causes your whole body to kind of like contort and
And you get cysts or whatever.
Yes.
All over you. Gross looking thing.
Do you also have a compelling compulsion, I guess?
desire to pull like
Bells.
and live in towers?
Yeah.
Unfortunately not. They call it the clench. They don't call it like Quasimodo's
There
lament.
we go. That would be awesome.
That's too much to say. They call it the
Oh, he's been sick with Quasimodo's lament!
Yeah,
Ooh.
QL.
Yeah, QL. They call it
QML.
Quasimodo is one word.
It is?
Yes.
I was like,
He's not
fucking with me right now? What?
He's not Sortomodo.
I always assumed that was
Because
his name.
Quasi is word. No, it's one word. It's one name. But they call it.
I assumed that was the
Me,
case
Mr.
because
Moto,
like,
you can call me Quasi.
Why?
because it's
call me Quasi.
Quasimodo because like he's only a little bit mobile.
Oh, that might be what it's from, but
I'm
it is his
certain,
first
but it
name.
is just the whole name. You
Oh.
know? They don't hyphenate it or anything.
Never mind.
fucking awesome.
I never read the book, so
No, of course. Well,
I never did.
I never saw the Disney film either.
Oh, you never saw it?
Nah,
It's
I was too old by
Really
that point.
weird.
I was like, pass.
yeah.
I also never saw
It's
that
got
Disney
one of the
film.
creepiest
I think it's
villains.
the one Disney film I missed.
Yeah.
During that Renaissance.
Yeah.
Batman Contagion is written by Chuck Dixon.
Mr. Freeze is in this
Alan
book before he
Grant.
becomes Mr.
No,
Freeze?
no.
He's a guy in a hazmat suit.
That's a Order of Saint Dumas themed hazmat suit.
Yep.
Story opens and you see this Quasimodo-esque dude who is like, "Oh, you'll never take me!" Like, ah! And it's like, okay, it is a reveal of what this Ebola-esque virus can do.
Yeah.
This guy did not look like Harold before he got this disease. So it causes your whole body to kind of contort and you grow boil. It's Ebola plus this horrible like bone-itis disease, which they call the clench. Because it's like your whole body is clenching into
don't
itself.
call it the clench.
I know, and I'm like,
No, but that sounds good.
That's a good. No, like the clench hit
It's creepy
Gotham.
as hell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that
very
is creepy.
foreboding and it's really
Yeah.
gross. Yeah. But like the clench sounds like something you get when you eat bad seafood.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I had the clench last night. Let me tell you, I was in that toilet for way too long.
My stomach clenched, but my butt cheeks would not.
Exactly.
I don't want to.
All right, I made the joke and you took it way too far.
I'm sorry.
Jeez, this panel,
Yeah.
epic.
Great, I love it. The guy's just basically like, he somehow gets
sledgehammer?
access to a sledgehammer, and the Saint Dumas. Okay, the clench originated from the Order of Saint Dumas.
Yeah, they're trying to kill in the world or whatever.
Yeah, who are the Order of Saint Dumas? It's the fake bullshit, phony baloney religion cult thing that Azrael comes from. Yeah. They also dabbled in religious-themed assassins that were fire-based
And plagues.
that they manufactured
It's
themselves.
religious theme. It's perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. And it was a part of that. Like the idea was that like the clench was in the wings for the Order of Saint Dumas to use in the event they were like, we're ready to take over. Let's unleash the plague in our next step.
Right.
But
Hang on, I gotta get this paint and paint all the doors.
Yeah, no, it's very good biblical reference. But the disease was not meant to be released. It was released prematurely by well, no, that's the thing. You think it's an accident, but actually it was enacted by a overzealous member of the order.
Right.
Oh, interesting.
Like, why are we just killing the world already?
Right. Yeah, he's like, I don't get it. We have all these suits. We got the fire guy.
What are we waiting for?
What are we even doing
you don't want to kill everyone.
Okay, are we a crazy death cult that's going to take over the world, or are we just jerking each other off? This is a tape that was made, well, really more like shot from the security footage and collected by the Order of the Order.
This isn't like an introduction tape where, like, welcome to the Order of Saint Dumas.
This will happen sometimes.
You'll be working on many interesting projects. Let's go in on the.
You'll never take me alive!
Oh, we seem to have lost the feed there.
Well, let's move on to our agricultural department. So it turns out the whole thing is a tape that Azrael is showing to Batman via communication systems in the cave.
Here's what happened.
Because this is after Nightfall, Night Quest, Night's End.
They've come to an understanding.
Yes. Well, the editors have come to an understanding, and that's that people want to read about Azrael despite the fact that we spent like 3 years trying to show you how much he sucks. Right. So Azrael is operating. Batman is reluctantly letting him do it, but he's not technically part of the Bat family, but he does have a direct line of communication.
Sure.
Well, he was in the Bat cave.
We let him live here. He lived in my house.
Yeah. Now he's Batman's like mole in the Order of Saint Dumas.
That's also true. Although I think he was excommunicated.
Oh. Okay.
I guarantee you, Alfred gave him specific access to the Bat computer channels because he's the only one that actually
Alfred thinks
ate
he's
meals.
an asshole. Like Alfred's not a fan of Jean-Paul Valley, but neither am I, so we have that in common. But anyway, Azrael shows him this, and he goes, "That's when the feed cut off." And Batman's like, "It's very interesting, Azrael, but like, what does that have to do with me?
Right.
Like, I have no patience for you. Why are you showing me gross shit?"
Which Robin is this?
It's Tim Drake.
Okay.
It's during that time.
Yeah.
So, literally, Azrael's like, "It's out. And I wanted you to see its effects and understand that it came from the Order, and I'm working on it. But I have reason to believe it's coming to Gotham."
You do have a couple of supervillains who like work with toxins and things.
Yes,
I'm just saying they're probably gonna get their hands on it.
No, that's not what happens. Although that does come into play a little bit. The concept of toxin-based supervillains from Batman's Rogues Gallery being thought to help solve this mystery. But Azrael's like, I have reason to believe. I need to jump to the clench. So like, don't question how. But I think that
Specifically going to Gotham.
it's coming to Gotham.
Not Metropolis.
Nope, not Coast
New
City.
York, not Coast City.
Nothing's coming to Coast City. But trust
It's a
me.
dead silence.
But yeah.
Okay, if it came to Metropolis, Superman would just blow it away.
You can blow a virus away.
Sure you can. People with it.
But Superman would just lift Metropolis and put it on the moon for a little while or something. I don't know. The point is, it's coming to Gotham, and you got to get prepared.
Okay.
Because it's gross. Look at it.
Yeah.
And Batman's like,
We
right
saw
on.
it. Yeah.
So then we find out that, yes, it is in fact coming to Gotham. There is this douche nozzle who's violating quarantine and not wearing a mask when he should be.
Uh-oh. He's got a kerchief.
Get
He's
him.
coughing into the kerchief.
Yeah, you'll see how it spreads. And it's actually kind of interesting and applicable.
This is unrelated to anything, but like this dude with a friggin' hood on underneath the helmet. It's fucking amazing.
How will you know that they are, priests in the Order?
I'm
This guy's
higher
not
up.
wearing a hood.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's because he's not as high up in the order.
Yeah, he doesn't
Yeah.
get a hood.
No, it's true.
That's why he has a gun.
Well, I think he pulled, the
This
hood
guy's
may
got a
have-
gun too. He
They
shoots-
all have guns.
Yeah.
No, it's just that the Quasimodo guy infected someone else. And then they're like, come on, we'll study you. Because the idea was the Order wanted to collect the afflicted man and study him. And he's like, no, you're not going to study me. You're not going to cut me open. And he just like attacks him with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
And then he inadvertently infects another member. And then they're like, all right, well, let's go. And he's like, I'm not turning into that. And he just blows his own brains out.
Oh, jeez.
And they're like, nice. Good to know that this has that effect.
Yeah.
Like, not only is it horrifically debilitating and quickly infectious, but it also will make people prefer to kill themselves than seek treatment.
Yeah.
So Peter Maris, he's on a commercial aircraft, he's coming to Gotham, and he's heading to his home, which is this ridiculous invention that existed for this story called Babylon Towers.
Why are there just beams sticking out of the building? Is it
It's-
so Batman
it's-
can perch on it?
No,
perfectly?
it's so it looks old and shit.
Because, like, that's some Assassin's Creed level shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
That's cool.
Batman is some Assassin's Creed level bullshit.
Yeah.
So Babylon Towers is everything you'd imagine it could be. It is a place where the uber rich of Gotham live, and it's like a self-controlling system. Like, they got their own little system of government, they got their own malls and restaurants and stuff, they got their own servants and crap.
Right.
You could live in Babylon Towers and
never leave.
Yeah, you could,
Yeah.
you could have a whole family in Babylon Towers and never set foot in Gotham City.
Okay.
It's just,
That's perfect, because the taxes in Gotham must be super low.
yeah, right. Yeah, it's true. That's how they got the contract to build the damn thing in the first place. But Peter lives in Babylon Towers, and he's like, I know. He basically thought he could outrun the Clench's arrival in Gotham. So he goes home.
So he knew it was released. Yeah.
So he goes to Gotham, and then he calls a meeting of basically all the family owners of Babylon Towers to convince them to seal off the towers and ride out the pandemic.
Right.
What he doesn't realize is he's infecting literally like everybody. He's sneezing on the pilot, his personal pilot, and they're like, the plan, by the way, is he meets with all the families, and he's like, furlough your employees and send them home.
Right.
So Peter's patient zero.
Yeah.
But not really, because
Well,
he got it from another patient
Right.
zero.
But in Gotham, he's patient zero.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
So-
like 0.2.
Right. He infects his personal pilot, and then all the employees get furloughed, including the pilot, who sneezes on other people, and they
Right.
all get... And so Gotham is infected by the guy who tries to head it off at the pass and avoid infection.
Right.
So when he meets with all the families, he infects like everyone in Babylon Tower, so now that's like a hotbed of the Clench as well. Batman is like, all right, I gotta get some real intel on this stupid virus, not just a weirdo YouTube video from my former protege.
Right.
So he flies to essentially the CDC,
Okay.
and he infiltrates it, and he finds a scientist who was working on the Clench, who was investigating it.
Okay.
He also was infected,
Oh.
not by Peter nor anyone from like Greenland, where it actually did originate from, or at least it came from here, but because they were working on it in the U.S. government, and this scientist, his grandson pinned a button for that said "Happy Birthday" on his suit,
Uh-huh.
so it got in that way.
Oh.
Batman meets with the scientist, and he's like, "This is what's waiting for Gotham. I'm totally effed." And Batman's like, "Yikes!"
I
And
like
his-
that
well, you look
Batman's
gross.
suit has a specific like point in the back for his ears
No,
to fit.
no, he steals a hazmat suit from the CDC and puts it on, and it just doesn't fit right.
Oh,
Yeah, it's just got a big thing in the back.
I
for
thought
some
that was his
reason.
specific hazmat
No, that's just
suit.
what it looks like when he wears a hazmat suit over his ridiculous Batman
Yeah, it's just
costume.
they're just pushing it up. It's just a little bit
Plus,
flexible.
this is Batman with some tall ears.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is 90s, 2000s tall ear Batman.
Yeah.
So-
Extreme caution, no glass, no sharp edges. Batman should not wear one of those suits ever.
No.
Nope.
You're nothing but sharp edges. Even your ears are pointy.
Yeah.
Your ears, your arm things.
Yeah, well,
Everything.
He rolls the dice. And so Batman gets another insight into the Clench, and it's like, yeah, it can affect you. Yeah, you just saw another example as to why it's really bad.
Right. I get it. It's real bad and gross.
Right.
I love that Peter is sneezing throughout this meeting. He sneezed into a handkerchief one time, then he's like, well, that's dirty. Throw away.
He throws it away. He like sneezes into open air in front of people. It's just horrifying and completely believable.
All right.
So, Batman is like, he scrambles the Bat family, or more specifically just Robin, and he's like, be careful. Don't take any unnecessary risks.
Right.
You don't even have, like, sleeves. Come on.
Yeah.
You won't let me have sleeves.
That's true. But I did give you pants, so count your blessings.
You're
kid.
welcome.
So that's...
Want to go back to the underwear? I'll do it.
It's right there. In case of emergency, like Sass, break glass. Batman, that's a tribute to a dead child.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you prance around in it if you're not careful.
Yeah. You want one just like it? The context for the status quo at this point in Batman's history. Batman has a partner. Tim Drake is Robin. Robin is 16, but has a special license that allows him to drive without a licensed driver because his father's in a wheelchair, so he gets one of those like special disability permits.
Okay.
This is great because Batman also gave Robin a Robin-mobile, which is essentially like a Lambo with an R on it.
So if he's ever pulled over in the Robin-mobile, he'll have a valid license.
Naturally.
Yeah, because I'm sure he'll stop.
I think it's more like the city has licensed you so you can continue to break the law, but I know that you are at least trained enough to drive this car.
Right.
Except he's not because he hasn't had extra time driving the car. He was given a provisional license.
Yeah.
That's true.
The training he would get from Batman would be way better than any training he could get from a civilian driving
This
instructor.
is true. I've never, ever, ever seen an image of Batman
training Robin
letting
in a
Tim
car.
Drake drive the Batmobile and him sit in the passenger seat like, this seat is uncomfortable. Is this the place I've been giving all the Robins? Damn. So Batman leaves the dude, and the government hears about it. And so they're all like looking for Batman.
Oh, like, hey, you broke into
Yeah,
the city,
and,
you
like,
can't do that, man.
You violated this self-imposed quarantine. Like,
Right.
you could be a carrier, you
No,
jackass.
I wore the suit, I'm good.
No, I'm not. I'm fine.
Yeah, he is fine, by the way. He's not a secret carrier.
I'm scary enough. I threatened it with justice.
Yeah, and it just receded back into oblivion. But they chase after him. There's a couple of hallmarks of, boy, I know what time this was written in. One of the agents says, assume the position, Batman. And I'm like, I've heard that. I remember in high school hearing that 1,000 times.
I've never heard that in my life.
That's what's going on with Batman. He eventually, of course, narrowly escapes and he gets back to Gotham.
You're telling me he doesn't assume the position?
Naturally,
No.
no,
Wow.
he does not. Well, the position of justice is just,
He
evading
tries
it.
to tell them we're on the same side. Of course, that doesn't work.
No.
Because authorities can't just be like, oh, we're on the same side? Oh, well, then you're free to go.
Naturally.
So he has to escape.
Well, because like your urban nightmare of a city permits you, we should just make it a law.
Yeah, no.
You're under arrest, you psycho.
Broke into a highly dangerous infectious disease research facility. You're going to Supermax.
So that's what's happening in that book. But like other status quo elements, Jim Gordon was ousted.
Oh, so he's not in charge.
No, and he
Like-
was replaced
Okay, go ahead.
by some like lame duck commissioner
Right.
who's just in it for the fame.
I assume he was crooked.
He's not crooked so much as he is incompetent.
He just sucks.
He just
Okay.
sucks.
So
He's,
Batman's got his work cut out for him.
Yes.
He doesn't have Jim Gordon helping out.
no, he does not. Also, Mayor Kroll is using him.
Is that the mayor of Gotham?
Yeah.
Mayor
Has that
Kroll.
always been the mayor?
It's during this period, yes.
Okay.
This is actually, I think they oust him at the end of the story, but yeah, but Mayor Kroll is like appointed this dipshit to replace Gordon, and so the GCPD is ineffectual at best.
Yeah.
And of course, you have other like tentpole characters like Bullock and Renee Montoya, who are trying their best, and they're like they're talking to Gordon, they're commiserating and also planning to reveal the current commissioner's corruption and incompetence so that they can oust him and replace him with Gordon again. Like, that's happening in this story. And Gordon's like,
Okay.
I can't get involved. They'll arrest me. They'll bar me from being commissioner again. They're like,
Right.
Okay, we won't tell you about what we're planning.
Right.
We won't tell you that we're planning to like
Could-
break into his office and do all this.
Yes.
Ah, get out of here!
Exact. It's that shameless. The only thing that happens with the GCPD, as far as like plot-wise is concerned, Renee Montoya has like a really cool boyfriend who gets the clench and dies. Oh no! Like I'm not gonna get into it. It's just too bad.
Right.
We need to kill somebody with a name in the story that we didn't also invent in this story,
Right.
And not someone who deserves it, like the commissioner or the mayor. You know, you need somebody
gotta
who you
save
don't
it.
want to die.
Yeah.
So we ruin Renee Montoya's love life to service the stakes of the story.
Well, yeah, that's how Montoya and Bullock are gonna get together.
Right. No, as it turns out, Montoya's gay, and she ends up hooking up with Batwoman in the future.
Oh.
But yeah, the other stakes in this story are Tim Drake gets it too.
Oh, no.
Damn.
So,
But Batman told him to be careful and not to take chances.
yeah, and he, of course, the city is... the city's already a powder keg of insanity and like
Yeah, you throw an infectious disease on top of that.
it's a nightmare. And so
There
people are
must be,
freaking
like,
out.
riots and looting like every 2 weeks in Gotham.
Yep. You have riots in this story because of this. You have people assaulting Babylon Towers because they heard it came from there.
Oh, jeez.
And of course, like they're already like the disaffected 99%, so they're like, these people deserve it anyway. I'm looking for a reason to screw these people over.
Please tell me Babylon Towers has like an automatic security defense system in place that like inactivates.
No, it's more like it's tearing itself out from within. It's like what they don't realize that if they do open the doors, it's gonna be like 28 days later. Just a bunch of wealthy assholes are gonna be like coming out of there.
We all have sledgehammers too. It's part of the disease.
Yeah, you grow a sledgehammer. Anyway, so Robin bumps into Catwoman pre-infection.
Right.
Oh, thank God. That way Batman won't get
Yeah,
it.
he's going out to help some people or something.
Yeah, the idea here is that Batman finds out from the other scientist that like it actually originated in Greenland in this like research facility, and that there was one survivor, one person who didn't die.
Oh.
They got it, but they didn't die.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
So-
we need to get his blood or whatever. And
Yup.
analyze
His
it.
name is
got-
Jean-Paul Valley.
No, thankfully
You
it's
gotta
not.
team up again.
I mean, he is actually helping them out already. Like Jean-Paul is a team player in this story, despite him being a massive douche nozzle.
Right.
But yeah, so Batman is like, all right, Tim, I'm gonna get you the hell out of Gotham. I need you to track down this dude and go get him.
Okay.
And when Tim goes to investigate, he meets up with Catwoman, who has been hired by the wealthy of Babylon to get that person too, so they can get themselves the cure.
Right. Okay.
So Tim's
they
plan
gotta
is,
fight.
yeah, so they're gonna fight, and then they ultimately team up because Catwoman is a little more on the side of
Good.
bad.
Oh, bad. Never mind.
Well, I mean, she's more like a merc.
She's a mercenary.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm getting paid.
Yeah, I need to get paid. And so she's like, listen, you're effective, so I'll team up with you, but I can't guarantee I won't betray you to get... And he goes, whatever. We just need to get... Like, Robin... And I like that because it's actually very consistent with Tim Drake's character. Like, Robin knows that if Batman were here, he would probably have sex with her, but more likely he would defeat her and like be resentful of her cavalier attitude towards the safety and security of Gotham.
Right.
Like he would just be like, "What the hell are you doing?" and just beat the hell out of her. But Tim Drake is like, I know that she is a little more skilled than I am,
and that she might be expecting that.
well, that too, but it's more like Tim Drake
I'll
is
use
able
her
Yes.
to get what I want, and then we'll see what happens when it comes. One of us is gonna end up with it.
Yes,
But
and
I
like,
need to get there first, so...
I'm trained by Batman. I have the edge there.
Yeah.
When we get there. But right now we need to play ball. Like
Yeah.
I have no hand right now.
Yeah.
You know, she may have some information, I need information. I'll beat her ass later if I need to.
Right,
But
right.
maybe while we team up, I'll get through to her and she'll,
Yeah.
you know, help with the
There's
greater
no point in
good.
having a big
And
stupid
I'm a
fight right now.
16-year-old
We're not
boy,
even there.
and she's in a slinky cat suit, and humana.
Well, that's true, and we do know that he feels that way because of his team up with Huntress in Robin 3 Cry of the Huntress, where he does the exact same thing. Batman's like, you do not acknowledge Huntress. And he's like, I'll team up with her. She's doing the same thing I'm doing. It's better than me dying alone and it being revealed that it couldn't have, that I might not have died if I just teamed up with this obvious parallel to Batman. Who's only not in the Bat family because Batman has some weirdo obsession with, you need to go through me first?
Well, she's also a criminal.
No, Huntress is cool.
Oh, yeah, Huntress. I thought you were just talking about Catwoman.
Oh no! I'm just saying, like it's
Yes.
just there's a continuity of Tim Drake's ability to compromise while also maintaining his morality.
Right.
And I like that. Just
Yeah. He's a little more flexible.
throwing a little bone at Tim Drake. Good for you, buddy.
Yeah.
So the two of them go on a globe-hopping adventure where they have to go and track down the potentially the antidote.
cure.
Yes.
Yeah. And that's where she gets
And that's when
snowsuit.
she gets
Catwoman.
snowsuit Catwoman, which by the way is not all white, as you can
Oh,
see.
yeah,
like
she's got like
Yeah, it's got stripes.
stripes or whatever.
yeah,
on
she's
the
got
legs.
boots and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's a whole thing.
It's a whole
it's a
thing.
great action figure. As you
I would
said
love it
earlier.
if the suit was reversible. If it was just
On
for
the
one
inside,
suit.
yeah.
So she's like, no, I'm always prepared.
Right. That'd be cool. I like that idea. She is prepared in as much as we don't go back to her apartment so she can get her Arctic blast Catwoman costume.
Right.
We call it the Snow Leopard.
That's a great name.
I'll take it.
It's got spots.
Yeah, she changes the name too. I'm not Catwoman anymore. I'm the Snow Leopard on this mission.
When I'm in Greenland, they call me the Snow Leopard.
Right.
They don't know me as Catwoman.
Fucking whatever, lady.
Okay, Selena. So Catwoman and Robin go to the lone, snowy cabin where Patient Zero is being kept, whose name is Kendall Stewart. Kendall is there,
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, what's going on?
Eh?
Eh?
I'd love it if she's like, is he in Halloween?
Sorry, I didn't have any more coffee on the pot there for you there.
Is he Canadian? He looks Canadian.
Yeah, right? Well, only because he's wearing flannel and he has a beard.
He's got a beard.
Yeah, that's true. Not all Canadians have beards, but, you know, it is snowy. And
No, but if you live in a cabin in the woods, you better be wearing, flannel and have a beard.
Yeah, that's true.
Even if you're a lady, just put one on.
So anyway, they're going to go collect Kendall Stewart, and then Tracker appears behind them and gives them the old El Kabong and bonks their heads together. That is not the old El Kabong, by the way. He doesn't hit them in the heads with a guitar.
Right.
He does kabonk them with, with one of those.
Oh, that's the old El Kabong.
Yeah.
Oh.
So Tracker shows up and he's like, I'm in the book too, and I'm also going for Kendall Stewart. And then, right as you're about to get a fight between Robin, Catwoman, and Tracker, the wall explodes, and Azrael shows up, and he's like, Batman called me because he didn't trust Robin, because he thought Robin would have fucked it up.
Why'd
so
you
here
even
I
send
am.
Robin?
Why?
You're just gonna send Azrael.
Right? Also,
Why would
what?
you tell Robin?
Like, what? The only reason that Wayne Manor is even standing is because of Tim's intervention against the guy you called for backup?
Yep.
What is wrong with you?
And it's just like,
This will really rattle his cage.
No, this is putting him through the paces. Trial by
yeah,
fire.
how's he gonna
Right.
deal with this?
No,
Is he
I
gonna
want-
punch
I want
Azrael?
Tim Drake.
Is he gonna?
This isn't a training exercise.
Everything is a training exercise.
It's just
Fair enough.
plans upon plans upon
Yeah,
plans.
no, Batman is
got 8
blindsided
contingency
constantly in the
plans.
story. I don't know where people get the idea
He
that
probably
he is
had
a planner.
Catwoman go too. He knew Catwoman was going.
Yeah, he arranged for situations to be.
Yeah.
She thinks she's working for them, but
Yeah,
she's
but
working
she's
for
working.
Yeah, no, Bruce Wayne has a
Bruce Wayne is
whole
the guy.
thing,
He has an apartment that he never goes to.
He's like, well, we should get Catwoman to get the guy. She's
Oh,
real
good
good.
idea.
Jumps into the meeting on like a monitor.
I say we hire Catwoman.
Oh, good idea.
That
Bruce
is
says
such a good idea. If this book were done like 10 years later, it would have been what happened.
What? Nobody had good ideas back then.
It's more intricate. This is just like everything that they say that they're gonna do, they do. There's no subtext or depth to this story.
Right.
Like Robin is working for Batman to get it. Catwoman's working for the wealthy douchebags who are doing that. Tracker is his own agent who's also like gonna be like, I'm just gonna sell it. I don't know. I got
Right.
money. But and then Azrael is also working for Batman. So it's like, well, you're muddling the waters.
Yeah. That was Batman's plan, to just hire another or get
Send
another
another one?
guy, and we didn't tell you about that one just so it could be a surprise when he burst through the wall.
Yes.
I knew that Tim Drake wouldn't be able to handle Catwoman.
Right.
Yeah.
He would have just been so distracted by her feminine wiles. If she
Right.
wore that snowy suit, it was over. So, because Azrael's fire-based, the whole goddamn cabin goes up in flames. And
Oh
so,
my God, Azrael.
Tracker
Keep it
fights
together.
Catwoman, and then there's also like, then all of a sudden more bad guys show up on skis with Uzis, and
Oh,
they're attacking
jeez.
them. So Batman meets with Gordon, and he's like, "Hey, Jim, we need to figure this out." And Jim's like, "I don't work here anymore."
Yeah. That's
And
not,
so-
it sounds like not my problem.
Yeah, exactly. And so, Batman's like, I need help from City Hall. Like, I can't just operate.
I had a professional courtesy for you when I was commissioner.
Right.
I can't do anything for you,
You're
man.
in my home, dude.
Yeah, people listen to you, man. You're Commissioner Gordon.
No,
But you're-
I'm
no.
Jim Gordon now.
Yeah.
You'll always be Commissioner Gordon to me.
That's great. That doesn't get my pension back. I have a feeling that you'll be pretty taken care of when all things are said and done, Jim. So you're Bruce Wayne.
what?
Punch!
Yeah, he just socks him in the jaw. That's Earth 1 Batman.
You need help from City Hall? Sounds like someone should make a donation.
Right, exactly.
Wink.
So the whole merry band of side characters in Plot B meet up with the dying Kendall Stewart, and he's like, I wasn't the only one. There is another vaccine. He doesn't say vaccine, he says like there's
another
another
person.
survivor of that.
there is.
Yeah.
Always
So,
two there are.
Actually, 2 others survived.
Yeah. I'm not the
damn.
only one, there are a couple more.
Oh, okay.
So they're like, okay, where are they? And so he mentions that they left the camp.
Ooh. Yeah, Tracker says 2 more shots at the big money. Clearly he is like, gonna sell this
This cure.
This cure.
Yeah, for the highest bidder.
Okay.
Well, Catwoman's like, no, the bidders are my people. I'm dealing with that. And it's great because Tracker came in like a big SUV.
Yeah.
Like a truck, essentially, an all-terrain truck.
Tracker drives a truck?
Yeah. And
Shocking.
Catwoman goes, Tracker, do you still have the keys in the truck? He's like, oh yeah, I do. And then she just knocks him the hell out. And then Robin collects blood from Kendall.
Yep. Well,
Because he's
I'm
a
just
ghoul?
gonna-
Yeah, well, no, he's like, maybe it's got
Yeah.
antibody. Like, maybe
Yeah.
it'll work out. I don't know.
Is he? Yeah, he's dead. I'm just gonna.
I'm not dead yet. Ow.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of running out of time. So.
Yeah. No, here's the fun part.
Here's
of
the thing, you
this.
might be alive, but you're still dead.
You'd think that this would be the end of the story, but it's not, because the clench, you can't make a antivirus out of dead cells. You need a living donor to physically donate blood that is alive.
I mean, the
like- it's
cells
like-
aren't
it's
going
like
to
the
die
flu shot.
immediately when
No.
it
It's
Like
dies.
dead parts of the virus,
but
and you get
You
antibodies
do need
against
to
it.
like put it in like a thing to keep it cold.
What they essentially say is that the virus itself like mutates after death. And so if you collect it then, you're not curing the virus. You're curing like a mutated form of the virus that is not the virus that you're trying to...
It's a zombie virus at that point.
It's
After
so
right.
stupid, but like it's just a reason to keep going.
That's why
and-
we got to find more guys. We got to we got to travel to another place.
Well, and we can't
At
just
least
like...
they came up with a reason.
Yeah, yes. I mean, like they're writing a story. There might
may
be 1,000 reasons in this book.
It might
for
be
things to
bullshit
happen.
science, but like, all right, at least they addressed it.
I guess. So Batman's like, hey, not to, put salt in the wound or anything, but like hundreds of people are dying. Like,
Yeah.
we really need to hurry up.
You're really making me regret not having gone myself.
Yes.
You made me call Nightwing here.
Well, because Nightwing's like, hey, because I'm operating out of Bloodhaven, which is like somehow worse than Gotham, but it doesn't have a friggin' virus right now, so I guess I'll come by. So Nightwing's in the book now. So then we get like a whole backstory about like the virus.
What the plan is.
And how, like, essentially, they find out because they take Kendall Stewart's journal from his house, and they read it, and Kendall Stewart left, like, a survivor's journal from the camp he was at.
Okay.
And how he saw,
Here's everything that happened.
like, the whole place, like, fell apart. Oh, you like the...
The skulls are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
this is how we do the...
The panel boundaries are skulls now.
Yeah, but also like, they're mummying.
Yeah.
Drop jaws and all that.
Well, it's just like, we're just treating you to so much death. But that's the journal that Azrael recovered from Stewart's house. And so he's like, okay, well, now we know.
Is this Oracle?
Yeah.
She was in the book before. She looked totally
We
different.
have a totally different artist working on it
Wait,
now.
that was Oracle? I thought that was Renee Montoya.
No. Renee Montoya is, as you can imagine, Hispanic.
Yeah. Now
I mean,
Oracle was in the
she
book.
was
he
in
just,
front of a
he just
computer
didn't
wearing
men-
glasses and her hair was tied back.
Yeah,
That
that's
didn't tell
Oracle.
That's
ethnicity.
Oracle. Yeah. Oracle sits in front of a computer.
Yeah, she doesn't have glasses on now.
No.
Her hair's not tied back.
Yep.
Yeah.
What is it, sexy
The
Oracle
artist,
time?
The artist is like, I want to make
Take
her
my glasses
sexy.
off, let my
I wanna
hair
make- I want
down.
to give her huge hair.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw my hair around and then I'm
Yeah.
going to type in some information.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she's gonna because she's a nerd. She can't look hot.
Right?
I'm gonna draw her hot.
I have a feeling you're going to draw every woman you draw hot. Like, I dare you to draw one woman that's like 20 pounds overweight or homely.
No, I'm not. I can
No.
do it. Here, I'll draw her with the clench.
Yeah.
Sexy clench person. Damn it!
That's true. The clench would be the way to draw an unattractive woman in this book. But anyway, so they're Catwoman, Azrael, and Tracker all call a truce, and we reveal one of the other patient zeros. It's this dude who's like a wealthy socialite kind of in San Francisco, who survived the nightmare,
Right.
and then
He's the other one that...
yeah, he's one of the other ones he's
Okay.
one of the two that survived. His experience surviving that nightmare and hearing about what's happening in Gotham has led him to believe that he is immortal. And
Like-
so-
I survived the clench. I must be a god.
Fighting with a katana and
Literally
like there
that.
can be only one kind of thing.
obviously not that because they don't have the license for the Highlander series, but it gets I can't die. So
Right.
he insists everyone call him Superman because he just can't die. And he's like, he's telling people that he knows, like, shoot me. The bullet will bounce off because I survived the clench.
Oh my god.
He doesn't get shot by this guy,
Damn it!
despite how much that guy
That would
would
have been
like to do it.
amazing.
Yeah.
Blam. Oh God, I'm not Superman!
That'll happen later, but he's like, oh, I can't die.
My body's gonna heal any second now.
Any
I'm gonna
second.
start healing.
I'm sorry.
Die.
He's cutting himself and he says I can feel nothing?
Yeah.
Is that a side effect of the clench?
No.
No, he's just crazy.
He's just a
maybe.
crazy asshole.
Okay.
He just believes so hard in his own immortality.
Yes.
I think I'm I think I'm going into a healing coma. Let me just...
So Catwoman, Tracker, and Azrael track him down, and we don't know if dead blood. He's like, well, I can't die. Watch. And he takes out this knife and he plunges it into his own heart, and then dies.
Oh my god, what?
Thank God he kills himself and he doesn't have one of his henchmen do it.
Right. You know why that happens?
Why does this why is this in the book?
You know why that happens?
Because we need only one other person to be alive.
Well, because
You gotta spend a whole issue.
this issue is a tie-in book from another title.
And in this is the book where Catwoman and Azrael and Tracker go on a merry adventure.
Yes.
So this is
And,
Azrael's book?
But it doesn't affect the outcome in any way.
I believe this is Catwoman's book, but I don't remember.
make sense.
Oh, that's...
It doesn't matter. It's one of the books that was part of this event needed to do a chapter. So we're just going to fill that chapter with a wheel-spinning experience.
What a shame for Catwoman.
Yeah. So, God, Kelly Jones
Oh my
draws...
God.
Kelly Jones draws this one, so it's the guy who drew Batman Red Rain, so it's going to be fucking...
Oh my God, what is happening?
Yeah.
Well, this is macabre, Ethan.
Yeah.
And,
Don't you like his fucking Frankensteinian dungeon
Oh
lair?
my God, don't put this in an event. Just leave it out.
I wanted Kelly Jones. Everyone likes Kelly Jones's art, so how about this crazy shit? So we'll make Kelly Jones, who would draw a crazy Elseworlds Batman story, and in fact has, and have him just do one cog in a merchandising machine of a Batman event.
Does Kelly Jones know that 75% of people are not always in shadow?
Or that this book
Stylistically
takes...
designed to be that way.
That's true. Does he also know that this is taking place in modern day?
Right, and not in the 20s?
Or in the blank,
Yeah.
the nebulous period when Frankenstein takes place?
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
When science was forbidden!
Yeah. So I love it. Azrael meets up with Batman and he gives him some blood sample from the dead guy. And Batman's like, nope.
Yeah, no, I already had that. Robin got that from the other guy.
Look at that weird-looking Robin.
That's Kelly Jones's version of Robin.
He's like a young Danny DeVito.
See, he doesn't wear that. That's not his suit. That's just something else.
Yeah, no, it looks cool though.
So Batman concocts a kind of proto-cure. It's not a cure, nor is it a vaccine, but he's like, maybe it could create immunity to the virus, but we need to test it on somebody.
Like a vaccine would.
Yeah.
That's why it's a proto-vaccine.
Yeah, well,
But I don't know if it's going to work.
and it's not going to reverse the effects. It might actually just prevent you from getting it.
Okay.
We don't know. We need to test it on somebody. And we need somebody who has no symptoms.
Is Batman gonna fucking punch someone or what? He's literally spent the whole book in the Batcave talking to people.
Yeah, he will eventually punch somebody.
No, Ethan, he went to the CDC.
Oh,
And then
I'm
home.
sorry. Since he got back from the CDC, he's just pulling levers and going on the monitors and talking to people.
Well, and he's also pouring chemicals
yeah,
and elixirs into Bunsen burners and whatnot.
Hire a scientist. Go, call Superman and get Star Labs or whatever on this. Why are you dealing with this by yourself? This world-threatening virus. It's
know.
not just Gotham.
I know.
Other people will help you.
Yeah.
I like the idea for Poison Ivy that her suit is just made of leaves, but this looks like shit.
It's not made of leaves. It's a leotard with leaves over it.
It just has leaves on it.
Yeah.
Could have fooled me.
In this version of her outfit. So Batman, of course, goes to Arkham and he's like, Poison Ivy is toxic. Her blood is toxic. And she has in her an immunity to all diseases. So she can't get the virus. We'll give her my thing, my antivirus.
Yeah, and then she'll create a flower that can give people the clench.
She doesn't do
What's
that.
going to happen?
So we're gonna sneak her into Babylon Towers where she will ask someone to test it for her.
And she can convince them to because she can control men's minds or whatever.
Batman doesn't count on that. It's more because the thing is, if she kisses them, she'll control their minds and then they'll die. So it's more she'll appeal to their community spirit.
Why does he want her to do that?
Because she can't die from it.
Oh,
she
I
can
see.
walk
Only thing.
She can
through
just
Babylon
walk around
Towers
in it.
and
Yeah.
not get it.
Okay, all right.
So they're like, okay, we got to sneak into Babylon Towers because, of course, it's surrounded by
An angry mob.
an angry mob.
Right.
So they go through the sewers. They sneak Poison Ivy in.
What is the state of Gotham right now? So, how many people are sick? Is it still just in Babylon Towers?
No.
Or it's out of Babylon?
No,
it's everywhere.
It basically started outside Babylon Towers.
Yeah.
So both Babylon Towers and Gotham City are infected.
It's
and
just
Batman
people heard that Babylon Towers has it.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe
and they thought
the first case came from
They heard
there,
it
right?
came from Babylon
Because
Towers.
the rich guy, infected his pilot and crap, and then
Yes.
they spread it.
Yes.
So in a sense, it did kind of come
Yeah, it did.
from there.
Well, it came from Peter.
Yeah, who lives
So,
there.
Yeah. But
Okay.
yeah, the state of Gotham is it is a deadly infectious virus, and the only reason why our guys don't have it is because they live at a stately Wayne Manor outside the city limits.
Right.
Like everyone is getting this virus. Anyone who's outside, definitely. People are doing like self-imposed quarantines where they're staying in their homes.
Right. Okay.
But the hospitals are being inundated and over capacity, and people are dying.
Yeah.
Well, thank God. Whatever the towers.
Babylon Towers.
Babylon Towers has some sort of bacchanalian festival going on
what
inside.
is-
Yeah, well, we're showing you, what's going on in Babylon Towers.
That's what the rich do. They just get naked and hang out in front of trees.
Well,
and
I
like,
think they think they're gonna die anyway, so they're all just banging.
Yeah. Okay.
It becomes this hedonistic den of sin. It's called Babylon. It's called the
Yeah.
Tower of Babylon. Like
Yep.
yes, they might as well call it Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
So
All right.
Huntress springs into action. She is trying to like just keep the mob at bay.
Okay.
Nightwing and Tim, they help her out, and they like kind of like distract the mob so that Batman and
Poison
Ivy can get in.
Yeah.
They sneak Poison Ivy in, and immediately she completely goes off book. Of
course.
She goes, "Hey boys, I've got the cure. Who wants it?" And they're all like, "Oh my god!" Like, well, let's start the bidding at $5 million. So she just completely screws up the plan, and Batman's like, "I'm trusting you." She's like, "Of course you are.
Sure.
Of course, I will. He's like, "Okay, good luck." She's like, "I don't need it." Goes in there. She's like, "Fuck Batman. He's a douche. And he
Yeah.
smells funny."
I can't be infected. This is the perfect plan for me.
You wanted me to give it to some of them.
Yeah.
I'm giving it to
He's
them.
like, just
just
pick
getting
one
something
person.
in-
No, I can't pick
return.
one
And
person. That would be wrong.
And
I'm
also-
going to let them pick with their
No,
money.
she's not telling them the whole thing. Like, we don't know if it's going to work or
Right,
not. It's just,
right.
I have the cure. Who wants it? Let's start the bidding.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's great. I love it because like the crowd's getting more and more like raucous and horrible, and they have torches. They have torches. They live in the city, and they have
Where do
torches.
they get these torches?
Where do they? Who's passing out torches?
Okay, there's one hardware store
Lumberyard.
in Gotham who's just like
Breaking
sell
chairs.
torches.
Yep.
He's like,
Torch.
"Ooh."
Torch. $50. Torch.
You understand?
Get your torch.
My torches sell out every
Yeah.
week.
He's like, "Got the torch. Hey, wait a minute. Kerosene's another 100. Shit.
If you want a pitchfork, I got some of those too.
That's my last one.
Last pitchfork.
Last pitchfork, $50. Okay. Get the next last pitchfork.
So they basically corner our trio of well-meaning heroes.
Yeah.
And they all get distracted because Batman appears.
Oh.
And in this I love this panel. Some of the best stuff from Kelly Jones in this book. It's just big imposing image, and he just says, "Disperse now." And they all just scatter. And they're like, "Wow, that was awesome." And he goes, "Well, they'll be back, and in greater numbers."
All right, but for a second, we got time for Poison Ivy to fuck everything up.
Yes, and for Tim to get infected. So they don't know that. So
I see.
that's what's happening in Gotham Towers, is that Poison Ivy just constantly, she's like turned the proto cure potential. It's not working, but it never works.
Right. Okay.
But she's turning this placebo into like an aerosol. She's like, "Okay, I've gotten paid. Like, what do you have?" Like, "I have all these jewels. Thanks. Psh, you're cured. Go off." And they're like, "Woohoo!
Oh my god.
Hooray!
Yeah." And then like the guy, these dudes are like going and they're like sneezing and they're dying.
Like I don't think it's working.
Yeah. So while this is
Hey,
happening,
can my wife get the cure?
no.
No.
So of course Gordon goes outside. Like Batman has taught him like Gotham needs leadership,
Right.
and the commissioner and the mayor
come
are not going to
on.
provide it.
Come
so
on.
yeah, and they know you.
Yeah.
So Gordon just like puts on his patented Jim Gordon uniform, which is to
Nice.
say a trench coat over a suit, and he's like, "Drop your weapons and return home, or we will open fire."
Oh.
Like just Gordon is just ready to go, and of course he's got like a little like militia of
Yeah.
loyal GCPD cops
Yep.
who are definitely gonna get fired if anyone sees them doing this.
Yeah.
But they're just
Maybe they're ex-cops. Well, some of
No.
them have the hats.
Well, they
on,
will be.
But, yeah.
but
They're
they're
soon to be ex-cops.
they're clearing the streets. They're
No,
just
you got
like
you
Yeah.
got detectives mixed in there.
Yeah,
Then you
yeah.
have like actual patrolmen.
So so the riots are kind of getting like quelled by Gordon's actions and Batman's intimidation, and then Batman's like, "Okay, she's been in there way too long. This is not working. I got to go back in there." So then he sneaks in, and
he's like, "Ivy, what the fuck?"
That's literally it. He just goes in. He's like, "Hello."
I sent you in here to test this
She's
on
like,
people.
I got you
collecting
out of
millions of
Arkham.
dollars from them.
She's like on a hedonistic pile of wealth, like a dragon, and he just.
What is this?
She's like, "Can you really tell me you're that surprised?"
What did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah.
What? I
I'm a
dispersed
bad
your
guy.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like I
Bunch
didn't
of
do
them got
that.
it. By the way, it's not working. They're
By the
still
way,
dying.
it doesn't work. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now
welcome.
back to. I'm gonna go back to Arkham.
Let's
but
go
I'm
back to Arkham.
Taking all this stuff with me.
Yeah. So Tim collapses. So Huntress and Nightwing take him back. And by the way, it's transferred through saliva and blood. So like, if
How did he get it? Did someone spit on
someone
him?
sneezed in his face.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Yeah. Just one of the members of the angry mob.
Yeah.
So. They take Tim away, and then like that's the stakes of the rest of the story.
Right. Oh no. Now it's for reals, and the cure didn't work, so now we're in real trouble.
Yep. So Batman is dealing with Poison Ivy, and he browbeats her.
How long after Jason Todd died is this?
Oh.
Several years.
Okay,
like
so
a
like
decade?
we
Probably-
might kill
well,
off another Robin.
More than a decade. No, about a decade or more in real time, like in continuity, like a year or two. It has to be.
Right. Not that much time can pass.
Yeah.
Because Batman's not 50.
No.
So all right.
So Batman's browbeating Ivy, and then she grabs like a passerby, and she's like, "I'll kill him sooner than ever, because I'm like toxic. If I kiss him, he'll just die."
Right.
And then Gordon just hits her in the back of the head with the butt of her gun, and he's like, "Hey, Batman, let's do this." He goes, "Listen." Like he's like, you can't be here. Like you gotta get out of here. You're gonna risk yourself. You're gonna risk
you're gonna get
infection.
infected.
And he goes like, "Yeah, you might risk yourself getting infected as well. Like, come on." And
I'm old. I don't care.
And they had this little back and forth where he's just like, "This might be the last time I'll ever get to say it, but like, I hate this city, but there's a part of me that loves it, and there have been a lot of regrets that I've had in my life, like the regret of cheating on my wife, or my new wife dying, or like all the horrible decisions that led to that point. But one of the things that I never regretted was that you and I fought in the same war." And you're like, "Oh, that's really nice."
Nice.
And then and then the two of them just kind of like go through this the tower and get out of it.
Don't you say that, Jim. Don't you dare give up on me.
Yeah.
So are they just giving up on finding the other person who's still alive?
Well, Robin can't.
Is
because,
Robin bleeding out of his eyes, but he still doesn't have like boils and things?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
you
it's
bleed out your eyes first.
Yeah. Didn't you ever see Outbreak? Because that's what this is based off of, is Outbreak. So it's a tiered structure. Like, you can bleed out of your eyes, but like if you get the cure at the 0 hour, you will still have a complete and full reversal.
Right.
Like this
Doesn't matter if your
clearly
spine's
like
all,
makes
like,
your
destroyed.
bones contort, but if you get it, you're like, and I'm back to normal. Like,
Yeah, we call it the unclench.
Yeah.
that's the
name of the cure, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they call the cure.
So what is the plan now? I don't understand.
The plan is containment and death.
Okay, so they don't
There's
think
still
they're gonna
one more
find the
guy though,
person?
right?
They think there are no more guys, and Tim's off the case. But don't worry, because Catwoman and Tracker are on.
But
on.
didn't he tell Batman? There's like the guy said there was like some people who.
Yeah, there are
he
two
did.
more.
Yeah, and Batman's like,
Well, I don't know where the other one
the
is. so
city's
never
on
mind.
fire.
Right.
Like, I have to work on this right now. So
It's always gonna be on fire though until you cure it. So
I
like,
know.
why don't you focus on that?
No,
Yeah.
but the city is literally on fire.
So they strap Tim to the Batcave hospital bed that they have,
Yeah.
which is pretty in keeping. And they put him on like IVs, and they're just inducing him and keeping him asleep and just trying to like keep him stable.
Yeah.
As
Well,
Tim,
if we slow his metabolism, the virus won't take effect as quickly.
it's kind of like that. Tim has this whole like, in the Robin book, Tim has this ongoing melodrama of he hates the fact, and you may remember this from like other Robin books we've done, he hates the fact that he's lying to his father about being Robin. But he knows that if he tells his father he's Robin, his father will forbid him from becoming Robin and take him away from Bruce.
Okay.
So he's constantly upset about that.
that's an interesting
Okay.
dynamic.
conundrum.
It's like, oh, that's the ongoing drama of
that's
the Robin.
Because
interesting
like,
for, like,
he
a
loves his
couple of
family and he
issues.
doesn't want to leave his parents, but at the same time,
Well, his
it's
mother's
just like,
dead. She was murdered. So like, obviously, Jack
makes it
Drake is
worse.
going to be like really obsessed with protecting Tim.
well, protecting Tim, and also like Tim doesn't want to leave his dad because
Yes.
like that's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So
Because of all that happened. So like otherwise it's just, well, fuck you. I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna be Batman. I'm gonna live with Bruce Wayne.
well, he can't because like then Jack Drake will tell the police that Bruce Wayne is Batman, like
Yeah.
to protect his son. You see.
Yeah.
Alright.
So Tim has a fever dream in which everyone he loves finds out that he's Robin, and they're all totally cool with it.
Oh.
Like he just like basically his father comes to visit him in the cave, and he's like, "What, Dad? What are you doing here?" And he's like, "It's cool, I know. And they found a cure, and you're better. Come on." And they go upstairs, and Batman's in his friggin' Batman costume, no mask. He's just drinking coffee in the kitchen. He's like, "Yeah, Jack and I are buddies. We're just hanging out." And he's like, "Oh, that's great."
Yeah,
and then like
when it rains, gumdrops fall from the sky.
basically it. Like his girlfriend finds out that he's Robin, and she's like, "I know, I'm here too. They called me and told me, and I'm 100% okay with it.
Let's
And we're
bang."
gonna go all the way." Like, and then he goes home, and because they live across the street, and they go there, and his mom's like, "I'm alive."
Oh man, this is the best cure
Abraham
ever.
Lincoln comes out. I didn't die at Ford's Theater.
So it's just,
Oh, I'm dreaming.
I'm dying. My brain is shutting down.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to give you some nice memories before you die.
Yes.
Thanks, brain.
So great. So Catwoman finds out that there's only one final surviving member,
Right.
who was from that camp.
She leaves Tracker behind this time, right?
She like drugs him and leaves him in the trunk of their rental car. And then
so he won't get hurt.
she tracks down this girl who is rolling with a bunch of like drug dealing morons in Florida. And like they're gonna steal her because her boyfriend owes money to a mobster. And this is the Catwoman issue, obviously. So
Yeah.
Catwoman Catwoman has a whole adventure where she beats up drug dealers and mobsters, kidnaps this girl, becomes friends with her, and transports her to Gotham so that she can donate blood and cure this friggin' disease and end this goddamn book.
Right.
Oh, so she's the one. Okay.
So okay.
I thought it was
she
a
was gonna
side
die
mission.
too, and then
No.
I thought it was a side mission where, like, I was gonna find the person who had the cure, but then I found this girl who was kidnapped by these drug dealers, and I had to help her
She
instead.
is that. We merged both plots
She was
together.
the side mission was also the main
Yes.
mission.
What's great is, so you're like, why isn't Batman like going outside? Well, he was doing a lot of research on this virus and the blood he's received. And he goes, so Catwoman gives the girl the Batman. He goes, "It's a waste of time. Blood doesn't cure the disease.
Oh.
We're all doomed.
There is no cure.
There is no cure."
I read the front of the book. There is no cure.
Yeah. You wasted your entire time. And those of you who bought the Catwoman book when you normally wouldn't have, you wasted your money too, because it was a complete waste of time.
It didn't matter.
It didn't matter.
Wow. Great.
So then Azrael is like, well, I guess I'll pack it in. So Jean-Paul Valley's hanging out with two other former or current members of the Order of Saint Dumas,
Uh-huh.
and they're just chilling, and they're kind of just like talking about this problem.
Okay.
And, they're talking about like the virus and stuff.
Yep.
Are we gonna ever go back to the guy who started this, who released it, who went rogue?
Oh, he died.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So what's the Order of Saint Dumas doing?
Well, what's
It's
funny?
like, oh well, I guess.
No, what's great is Azrael's friend,
Okay.
who is not his girlfriend but totally wants to be,
Okay.
whose name is like a dumb misspelling of a real name.
Like Megan, but with a G-Y.
Yeah, it's like Lily but with an H in it.
G-H-Y.
Lily. Azrael's not girlfriend is like, yeah, I kind of remember a story about a virus and about a guy who released it from the Order of Saint Dumas. What happened was the Order of Saint Dumas is like, you released this virus and we didn't want you to, so let's feed him to our crazy dogs. So then he just gets eaten by dogs.
Oh.
Okay, those are not dogs.
No, these are like demon hounds.
Yes.
You mean Cerberus? Brian.
Brian
No,
Byron?
it's Brian. It's
Oh.
B-R-Y-A-N.
Wow, Jesus Christ.
So Azrael's buddy Brian pulls out some old sacred Jedi texts from the Order of Saint Dumas.
Yeah.
Hang on, these are all the lab results.
No.
I've just been sitting on these.
No, it's not even that. It's like ancient texts from the Order of Saint Dumas that talk about the virus
God
and
damn
the
it.
cure.
And the cure. So that's an episode of Buffy the Vampire Slayer where they're in the library going through old.
Let's go to the reliquary and get our these ancient texts that speak of a virus you could manufacture.
Oh, look, and
a
the
cure you
cure's
could
right
make
here.
too from books.
Turns out it's science, but we're gonna make
The
pretend it's
cure
all
is
mystical
books.
shit.
You grind up these books.
Like,
and you
no,
inject them into you.
the cure is alchemy.
Yeah. You mix shit together and then
poof!
you get a cure.
Gold!
God damn it.
Gold is the cure.
That literally, like, not gold, but like alchemy
Yeah.
and
Dark magic.
Oh my god, it is Lily.
Ancient science.
With a fucking H.
Yeah, Lily.
I thought you were joking.
No, these
I
people
thought that
are-
was a goddamn joke.
Well, it's not.
You also, it's really hard to read because the friggin' font, the L is like
It's like
jutting
it's
into
a
Is
skew.
that an H? Is that what the hell is that?
Oh no, it's what's his face, the enemy
it's
of Saint
Biz.
Germain.
Oh no.
Yeah, they just, like if you're reading the Azrael book, you're like, oh yeah, I know that Biz didn't die and that he's in this book. But if you're reading Contagion and you dropped Azrael like a hot potato when he stopped being relevant, you were like,
Biz?
Biz!
Why?
All right.
So Biz in the book, he plays virtually
So
no
this
role.
isn't
in
a
the story.
Batman book. This is a friggin' Azrael book. It's
a Trojan
this whole
Azrael
thing
book.
is an Azrael book.
It's an Azrael book. You know what it is? It's worse than an Azrael book. Because the whole thing is, it's a Batman book. There's a deadly virus that's destroying Gotham. And then you find out there's nothing Batman can do to cure it. So then Azrael shows up at the 0 hour and saves the day. This is essentially an apology tour to justify everyone getting on board for Azrael again. Yeah, I know I demonized Azrael during all of the Nightfall saga, but he's still a character that we're selling. So
Yeah.
we got enough people who were like all in on Nightfall, but what about the people who wanted Bruce Wayne to come back? We want them to buy Azrael too.
Right.
So we'll justify Azrael's like fandom by making him a hero.
Yeah, we're gonna make him clutch.
At least, yeah, he's clutch for clench. And what's funny is he's also a joke in the story.
Yeah.
Because they discover through reading books what the antidote to the virus is. Mm-hmm. And so
What is it? They don't even tell you.
they don't even fucking tell you. It's in the books. And so,
I can't actually tell you because then Batman might have found the actual cure.
Yeah.
If I tell you it's anything, you can be like, well, Batman should have found
Any
that.
words that the writers would have used, yes, so Batman or a scientist would have figured out.
Yes.
So it's got to be mysterious.
Yep. So Azrael puts
It's
on his.
faith!
It's not. It's not. You pray hard enough. Azrael puts on his Azrael costume and he goes outside, and the place is about to be besieged by not Saint Dumama, Biz acolytes and Biz.
Like, no, we want the world to end.
And I guess it's also the reveal to Azrael that Biz is still alive because Azrael comes out and he goes, "What the crap is Biz doing here?"
He's like us. Okay.
And then Biz runs away because he sucks.
yeah. Oh, Azrael's here. Oh.
Yeah. So Azrael calls Lily.
So you get this great panel of Azrael on the,
On the
fucking
phone, on a car phone,
With
driving.
his giant gauntlet.
So Azrael's like, okay, I beat the crap out of some guys on your lawn, so you may want to like tie them up or whatever. Anyway, call the local police. I'm gonna go hand deliver the cure to Gotham. And
Gotham?
To Gotham. And they're like, you can't get in Gotham. It's cordoned off. Like there's a pandemic spreading from Gotham. They've sealed it off. And he's like, I'll figure it out. And he hangs up. And Brian's like, is that Azrael on the phone? I've got to talk to him. And she's like, no, he hung up. And he goes, well, call him back. And she goes, I don't have caller ID. And he's like, shit. So then Azrael has this big, crazy adventure where he drives his car on the hood while, and he steers it at like the roadblocks.
Yep.
He
friggin' tank.
That's so dumb, by the way.
And then he just leaps off the top of it. It's badass.
Yes. So he sneaks into Gotham. He breaks into Gotham and he goes to the first major hospital and he's like, hey, I've got the cure. And so they take the cure and they
I'm not taking that shit. You look like a madman.
Yeah.
So they
this is the cure. Thanks.
Yeah.
Security.
Right. There's a lunatic who's literally on fire, wearing lacrosse mittens.
He's hitting me this crumpled piece of like gibberish on paper.
It's written in a language I can't even understand.
What is this?
So then, the next morning, Dick Grayson shows up in his Nightwing costume. He's like, Alfred! Tim doesn't have to die. We got the cure. And Alfred's like, I'm afraid you're too late, Master Dick.
What?
And the bed is empty.
What?
Because,
What, he's already cured?
Yeah, of course. No, Brian called Gotham from the phone and told them what the cure was. They got the cure like 6 hours before Azrael got there.
Oh my my god.
Azrael, we don't need you.
You don't need to physically hand it over. Why didn't you get a pigeon and have it sent over there? It would have been faster than you hand delivering it like you're an Il Pastino, you fucking knob.
Oh.
Right. The communication device you used in the car.
Yeah, I don't have anyone's number, though. I don't know who to call.
Are you out of your mind?
I'm a blunt instrument.
But then how would Gotham thank Azrael?
Right.
Yeah.
So Batman intercepts the call from Brian, and he makes the cure, in the Batcave, and gave it to him immediately.
Yeah.
And he's all better.
Great.
I'd also love it if it's like, I have the cure. Sir, this is a hospital. We had that cure 4 hours ago. Someone called it in.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think his name was Brian. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Must be a pseudonym.
He's the real hero.
Yeah.
Gotham thanks Brian, says the headline.
You're under arrest for breaking a police quarantine
Yeah, I heard
and smashing your car.
a guy
into a
matching
barricade?
your exact description.
Also, I'm pretty sure flaming arm blades are illegal in Gotham.
Yeah, also, I think you're the guy who killed that guy Abattoir here not too long ago, and you're in a lot of trouble.
Humana.
Yeah. So, literally, there's a little,
book stop.
Why is there an afterword with Robin and Catwoman?
well, we gotta tie things
Gotta
up.
tie it up. They had an
What, do they
adventure.
bang?
No, it's just
they
like
come to an understanding.
yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah, and basically Tim is cured, but he's still a little woozy, and he runs out there because we still gotta get a lid on Gotham. Oh, also as a consequence of the gross mishandling of the pandemic, the mayor is ousted and the commissioner is fired, and so and immediately their first act is just to rehire James Gordon.
Get James Gordon.
What
back
about
in
everyone
here.
who died in Babylon Tower?
Yeah,
Let's knock the whole fucking thing over. They don't in this book, but
Right.
let me tell you
You
this.
don't hear about it again.
We don't hear about it anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they keep using it later in stories, but my assumption is No Man's Land kills kills Babylon Tower.
Well,
so it's just stupid.
God damn it, that sucks so much.
It could be this interesting thing about how they handle a pandemic and what Batman can do. Because again, it's another thing like the Marvel Contagion thing where it's you can't punch a virus.
Right.
What's Batman gonna do? Plus, but Batman does have.
Nothing.
Well, except Batman probably has contingencies in place to protect himself, to quarantine Wayne Manor.
Right.
So
To,
what's he gonna do
help
about Gotham?
secure Gotham.
He can
Right.
protect Gotham from a quarantine, but what about a quarantine from within Gotham?
Right. Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
we'll
he's
find
gonna
out
get out there and be like, I'm not trapped in here with you. You're all trapped in here with me.
Yeah. It sucks so
We
much.
know exactly what Batman's going to do if there's ever a pandemic in Gotham. Fuck all.
Lose.
No.
Yeah, nothing helpful.
No.
He's going to run around, he's going to send people to the ends of the earth, and they're going to fail.
And then he's gonna be like,
Okay, that's because the cure for this is a book.
Yeah.
yes.
He's like, oh, come on. The cure was in ancient text I don't have here.
yeah, an ancient
What was
text
I
from a
supposed to
phony
do?
religion that I would never associate with.
Yeah, well, you know what? You know it came from the Order of Saint Dumas. You know it was like a prophecy or fucking whatever. So, maybe you should have, asked them.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of amazed that Azrael didn't put that together when he showed them in a sacred Saint Dumas VHS tape of this virus.
Of it getting out, yeah.
You knew it was originated from the Order.
Yeah.
It's
And you
not
knew
even-
they had a plan.
And they had old books and crap.
It's not even Azrael. Brian's just like, wait
Wait a
you
minute.
talking about the Contagion?
Are you talking about that virus that we made? Hold on a second. That's in chapter 4.
right here.
Yeah, the world-ending virus, parentheses, the clench. I think this is the one we want.
Yeah, the one that I've had
How
on my
to cure.
shelf.
Yeah.
The entire time.
Yeah, subtitled, There is a Cure. And it's in this book.
Yeah, but
Do you want
Azrael
that
Contagion
book?
doesn't sell.
Yeah. God damn it.
And I love it because they say, I remember people talking about this book and they were like, it's a cool book because Azrael saves the day at the end. I'm like, no, he doesn't. At the very least, they don't give
No,
it
he
to
doesn't.
Azrael.
Yeah.
He gets a big, ta-da
He
moment.
acts like he saves it, and there's
But
a
he's a
panel
chump.
where if there weren't any text, you could be forgiven for thinking that he saves everyone, but actually no.
But if
Actually,
you read
no.
the book,
You were like, no, he's a dipshit. He thinks he
so
does.
funny. I do like that though because the writer's like, no,
No.
Azrael sucks.
Screw him.
And he continues to suck and be useless. And do not like him.
No.
And
people are still
Can we
like,
stop
yeah,
writing this book,
Azrael,
right?
he's
Yeah.
in the book.
Once again.
Look,
because-
I can see there's a panel where he says a cure for the plague as he hands people a piece of paper. See,
well,
he
yeah.
saves the day.
Hey, welcome to CBR. We got ourselves a sweet-ass article, and there's the panel that I used.
This is amazing. This is Azrael to a T. He's walking up to a hospital.
He walks up to a
This,
hospital.
I guess this is as good a place as any. He walks in, I have something you should be interested in, a cure for the plague. And it's all for nothing, because he didn't think for even like a second.
Nope. He didn't think during
How
the entire
appropriate.
journey from where he was to where he ends up.
Yep.
He's driving his little car. He's thinking about how awesome it's going to be when he's on the hood of the car while
so
steering
funny.
it. He's not thinking at any point, wait a minute, I should just tell them what the plague is. I literally could call it in from my car phone.
That I'm using right now.
Nope.
Nope.
Better fuel up 6 times.
He's like pumping gas. Do I have time for a hot dog?
Oh, I got
I
time
love
for a hot
that
dog.
immediately
Yourself,
after...
Azrael. You're about to save Gotham. You have time for 2 hot dogs.
Ooh, and corn nuts.
You've earned it. Azrael, honestly, we during this time we used MapQuest and determined it should have taken you an hour less than it took you.
to get there. Even though it didn't matter, I am curious as to what
As to what held
delay
you up.
was.
Sorry, I decided to have like 4 hot dogs. I had to go to the bathroom, have a clench.
Batman Contagion sucks.
God damn it.
I liked your restraint at the beginning of this book, or the beginning of the episode. You're like, Batman Contagion, this... I'm not going to say it sucks yet.
No. No, let's all go on the journey. And now that you have gone, you know it sucks.
Wow. So stupid.
Boo.
Pointless.
But if you do want it, it's in the description below this video. They made a better collected volume of it.
But hey, we joked around and made you think that Tim Drake almost died.
Yeah! Oh!
You're too late, Nightwing.
Can you imagine if they killed him off? Like, how lame that would have
Oh
been.
my God.
If they
Yep.
killed him in this
Died of a
dumb,
virus in this
easily
dumb
preventable virus story.
Yep.
And then he would have had to
It
do
was
a whole
too late.
thing.
If only the cure had gotten here just a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
And it hadn't been driven here in person.
And handed to some random orderly on a piece of paper that's written in another language made up by idiots.
I don't get it. It looks like hieroglyphics. It's just like birds and triangles and stuff.
Get your local hospital translator in here and whip up that cure.
That's not my problem. I did my job. I saved the day.
I did
the
my
rest is
job.
on you.
Oh my God. The cure is just chicken soup.
And plenty of bed rest.
It's
just
It's a
Tylenol
bird in
and
a triangle.
Sprite.
It's I think it's a chicken taco or nachos or something. Is that a Dorito logo?
Batman Contagion, pick it up if you want it. I mean, you know, it's part of the ongoing saga of Batman. They're not all gonna be Court of Owls.
Yep.
But hey, this wasn't Blood Rain. Red Rain. That's
Red
it.
Rain.
I like Batman Vampire. There's a really
And you get Batman Vampire in this book.
yeah. And for no reason, in one chapter, it suddenly transports you back to like Gotham by Gaslight. Well,
That's not.
you'll
I
note.
thought that was Catwoman wearing a mask.
No,
like
that's
the
Huntress
Huntress.
wearing a mask because she's like,
Got a whole adventure.
yeah, she has a whole adventure in the story where she kicks ass, and then Batman says it's all a waste of time.
Right. That was that. Yeah.
Is she working on a cure at all, or is she just like?
She's a
Beating
teacher, so
people
like
up.
one of her kids gets sick or something like that, and Batman's like, sorry.
That's amazing.
I love how dismissive that is.
Yeah.
Because just like, she's a teacher, one of her kids are sick. That's why she cares.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
That was just me. I don't know about Batman, but like, let me tell you something. If I don't have the other collected volume of this. Like, I don't have the newer version. If I were collecting this today, I'd leave out stuff. Like, it wouldn't be like longer. It'd be much shorter.
Much shorter. Yeah. Yeah. There's multiple books that can just be completely left out.
Completely left out. You don't need it.
Wow.
So dumb.
I like these multiple pages where Batman's carrying an unconscious Poison Ivy over his shoulder.
So that way we can draw her butt.
Her butt over
At least
and
in 4
over
panels.
and over. It's great.
Yep. Anyway, we'll see you guys next week. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
Take care of yourselves.
Achoo!
You've killed us.
We did that joke already.
If only we had a scrap of paper with words scribbled on it.
I have something you might be interested in. What a fucking drama queen.
Yep.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Hey, I've got something you might be interested in. A cure for your utter annihilation? Just nothing, no big deal. Just a cure.
Yeah, just riddle me
Thank
this.
me later.
Who's here and has a cure for that? The riddle jumps in. Hey! Don't let him say that.
Yoink.
It's mine now.
Woof.
The
What
fuck
was
is
it?
this?
What is
What's
it?
written on here? I can't even decipher this. I'm the
Just says
Riddler.
Penicillin.
Yeah. I'm sure they tried everything. Sucks.
No, this is that Sliders episode where they never discovered penicillin.
Is that an episode?
That's the first episode.
I have not seen much of Sliders.
I have not seen any of Sliders.
Oh, you would dig it the most.
I don't think that's true. Is the subtitle to this "There is no cure"?
No.
That's so. What is that?
That's just the tagline.
It's just, well, okay, this isn't working, and this isn't working. We'll put that on there. Well, that doesn't work. We'll put that on there. Well, that doesn't work. Put that on there. Like, oh shit.
It's
well,
like
we're
a movie
done.
poster.
Yeah.
Do we have enough crap on there? Yeah, there's like 4 or
That'll
5
sell.
separate designs.
Yeah, this thing will fly off the shelf.
It'll fly off the shelf so fast because you don't know who wrote it or who drew it.
Or even if Batman's in it. Like,
They
if
didn't
you're
even
looking at that far away, there's
What kind
nothing.
of book doesn't have any characters
I
on
know.
it? Why don't they just use the cover from one of the books?
That's what they did later, like with better printings.
Yeah.
The problem is those weren't very interesting or good either.
Oh.
And then like
This doesn't look very long.
it's not.
Okay.
I mean,
Sweet.
it's too long.
For what it is.
But this
And
episode
yet,
won't
it's still
be.
not very long.
Yeah, I promise.